7:33, we have breaking news. Fox 13 live in Cordova, where federal agents have been searching a house.
The property records show it belongs to the family of Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre is joining us live out there. We understand that people were awakened by flashbangs earlier this morning.
Yeah, and they heard the FBI and TBI screaming, basically going into the house saying that this is the FBI. And you can see right behind me those FBI agents still on the scene. Not only FBI, but TBI as well. Now, check this out. We've been out here for a little while now, and we have seen these agents tagging the vehicles. It's about 4 vehicles, 1 inside of the garage and 3 others in the driveway here. They at one point they had all of the trunks of these vehicles open, and you can see, I believe that's a silver BMW they had there with the trunk still open, and they're still tagging and taking pictures. We have seen a few of those agents go in and out of the home so far this morning. We have not seen anyone taken out of the home. Of course, that's something we're working to gather information on as to if anyone has been taken into custody. But again, we do know that the Shelby County Assessor's Office, according to their website, they list this home being owned by Lontrell Williams. Now get this, Lontrell Williams is also Pooh Shiesty's name. So his father's name is Lontrell Williams Sr., and his name, Pooh Shiesty's name, Lontrell Williams Jr. We do know that the rapper Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Jr., is in a halfway house at this point in time after his release from federal prison. Now, again, we've been monitoring this situation for quite some time, seeing those FBI and TBI agents going in and out of the home. Again, the most action we've seen so far this morning is that they have been looking into these vehicles. The 4 vehicles, 1 in the garage and the 3 in the driveway there. You can see one of those agents actually looking. I believe that's a Wrangler, a gray Wrangler, just down the way from here. Now, of course, we are working our sources to gather more information as to what all is playing into this investigation, this raid that's taking place at this Cordova home. Of course, stay with us all throughout Good Morning Memphis. I want to continue to stay on top of this story for you.
All right, big news there. Jeremy Pierre live at the scene. We'll check back in with you in about a half hour, JP.
Man, this stuff ceased to amaze me, man, because a lot of these young guys are just plain right, just downright stupid. So today I'm talking about Pooh Shiesty. Now we remember when Pooh Shiesty, he went to jail right when he was at the height of his career. He was sentenced to a 63-month sentence, right? He ended up doing 3 years of that 63 months, and he was on video committing a robbery. He had got locked up, with for possession of firearms and the furtherance of crimes of violence and drug trafficking back in January 2022. Right now, he could have got based off the laws down there, he could have got a life sentence for that. Right? They threw some charges out. He ended up doing 3 years. He was in a halfway house. Now, while in the halfway house, it's alleged now that the feds got a video of the altercation. Remember, there was rumors going around where it was alleged that he had an altercation with Gucci Mane inside a studio, and Gucci Mane got robbed, right? Now, they both was denying it, right? But now he's locked up. He's been in jail for the last 3 days. His father's house was raided. Man, the whole thing is just crazy, right? So they raided Pop's crib, right? They saying that he had a lot of stuff in there. He booked. But now we finding out that the feds have video where him and the dude Big 30, when Gucci Mane walked in the studio, they got Dracos, right? Now, mind you, this dude is on parole, right? They got Dracos, so they robbed it. So we're hearing now that alleged rumor of a robbery, it really happened. So they robbed them. Ah, man, this thing is crazy, right? Because he wanted off the label. This is what I'm hearing, right? So they was having, their little altercations back and forth. But when Gucci ran up in the studio, that's when they pulled the guns and things got crazy and the internet went ablaze last month and everybody was talking about it. So now the feds is making their move, right? But Seti Nash, he broke this down on his channel, man, and he came to the internet, he said this.
So Gucci walk in the damn studio, bro, with his people to Dracos. The footage is going to show Pooh Shiesty had one on him. Big 30 had one on him. Only person who really gonna escape from this is the Pops. The Pops did not want none of this to go on. Nigga like this, bro. Gucci look at the dad like, the Pops just head down. You can't tell your son nothing right now. Your son the number one right now. You gonna sign this? Sign the damn papers. And we need that. Wedding ring. Watch. Come up out that. The person who closed the door is Big 30. He got his Draco. That's why they put the warrant out for him. This is all on camera, so nothing I'm telling y'all ain't shit that the feds don't know. A lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, bro, this fair work, this fair work, this fair work. It really ain't. I tried to say the nigga by saying he wasn't there. Saying he left and then these cats did whatever they did. I tried. I tried to get the jury. By the time I get to Dallas, these niggas done already left.
So, again, a lot of these young guys are just stupid. So Gucci, man, he carries his off-duty security as a police officer. Well, his security is an off-duty police officer, right? So when this situation happened, he does his job. Remember, he's a civilian. He's not a gangster. A lot of people was keeping it shut. Keeping their mouth shut. You had people that had the cameras and stuff on camera. But remember, I told you, they got surveillance cameras everywhere. They see everything, right? So he goes and, down there, I guess in Dallas, and tell them what happened. He goes to his people, right? He tells them what happened. The feds get involved. So the feds end up getting the footage. So they got video footage of the whole thing. And now it's over with, right? Now it's over with. This dude is fried, man, because now he's using a machine gun or a rifle and an instrument of a crime again, and it's on video while on parole. Career over, finished, kaput, done, right? And I warned you, young guys. I told you, I've been telling you about the surveillance that they got across the country. You are not getting away with nothing. The urban criminal is obsolete. Them days is over, man. Right? The bang bang, anywhere gang stuff is over. They got the game made it. Man, y'all believe me? Look.
All right, a Louisiana nonprofit is helping law enforcement agencies all over the U.S. with criminal surveillance.
And with fewer officers on the street, the organization is using security cameras to put more eyes in high crime areas. Rebecca Castor live in New Orleans to show us how it all works. Rebecca.
Natalie, Anthony, it is quite the operation. Inside the building behind me, over 10,000 video feeds from across the country are streaming here instantly. And we got to look inside this nonprofit to see how it's filling in the gaps for police agencies that are still struggling for manpower.
This, of course, is one of our monitoring rooms. You're currently seeing cameras from different parts of the country, California, Florida, New Jersey, and then many points in between.
Former New Orleans police officer Brian Lagarde is the brains behind Project NOLA, the largest network of community crime cameras in the U.S.
The job's tough. We see a lot of bad things. We see some of the worst that humanity has to offer. Part of what makes it worth it is knowing that we're helping justice be served.
Using AI, the cameras alert Project NOLA if they pick up illegal activity, and law enforcement can review video. Any homeowner, business owner, school, or church can request a Project NOLA camera for free, only paying a fee of about $300 a year for cloud storage.
Business owners, residents are realizing the importance to help their local law enforcement. It is a community effort that you cannot, especially with manpower issues right now, law enforcement, it's virtually impossible for them to do it alone. They need the public's assistance.
These are cameras Project NOLA is allowing us to show publicly for this story, but oftentimes their team is in this room watching cameras in crime-ridden neighborhoods with gang violence and drug deals.
We get to know them pretty well by, watching what they're doing, who's controlling them, as we're helping to work up cases on them.
This year alone, Lagarde says the cameras have helped law enforcement on hundreds of cases. And with violent crime spiking in New Orleans, business owners say the cameras are crucial.
If every business in the French Quarter had a camera on the street, that is incredibly valuable.
There is no American dream if you don't feel safe. I absolutely think this is one of the best solutions possible.
When we talk about video surveillance, people often wonder about privacy. Because Project NOLA is a nonprofit, it does not sell any of its data, and it only provides its video to law enforcement. In New Orleans, Rebecca Castor, Fox 32 Chicago.
A lot of you dudes out there is trying to live up to this rapping, gangster, fake internet stuff, and it's costing you years and years and years on your life, right? We see what they do in the dirt. Right? You see what happened to that boy down there in Jacksonville, making all them raps and all that kind of stuff. He ended up getting taken out of here, right? And I'm sure, right? And then you see what the dad ended up testifying against the son getting life because he unaliving people. And I know that there's a big indictment coming down that way because there was a lot of bodies that dropped, right? That Chicago thing ain't done yet. The feds take their time, man. All that stuff going on with Memphis, with Big Jook and his brother, and all that kind of stuff, man. Everybody want to be bang bang anyway, gang, do shootings, and then tell everything to the social media, right? It's not like back in my day. Y'all run to the camera. We ran from the camera when we was in the streets. I'm a civilian now, right? So I come and talk life into the people. We create urban nerves. We bring black intelligence back to the hood. Y'all still want to be gangsters where they got cameras everywhere. Right? They ain't even got to come out and investigate. They sit right in their office and just come lock you up. They watch you tell on yourself. Like, it's just like this dude, he has to be the dumbest. He gonna be like the dumbest rapper ever, man. Ever. Right? And like his career is over. It's done. It's done. I hope you young guys can learn from this though, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.